Well, hello and welcome to Friday Night Shit Show. Sorry, Friday Night Update. We're on week 54. I'm here with Gow. How are you doing?
I'm doing fine, thank you. How are you doing?
Oh man, the weather out there, it's going to be the death of me. It really is. It's absolutely horrific. Um, who'd ever thought that you could have so much fun not driving a 3.5 ton van on ice?
It's better than walking.
Oh, God. I'm telling you, it's just as well the boss put new tires on my van yesterday because it was absolutely horrific. Oh,
Yep.
no. Anyway, we are here for week 54. The title is Dynamic Dropships, and it reads as follows: Icarus Week 54 update. No more 8-player limit and beacon dropships. Sessions can now start support over 8 players, and the dropship beacon can allow you to call your dropship anywhere.
One note about the over 8 players. I believe it's mentioned below, it's still 8 players simultaneously. However, total can be over 8 players.
Yeah. Okay. So you can only have 8 players at one time,
Yeah,
but that means that you can have different people in all of the time.
yeah. And you still might want to do this on a dedicated server, this 8-player limit.
I mean, yeah.
Because yes, I have a powerful PC, but I think mine will also struggle hosting more than hosting 8 players.
Yeah.
But hey, it has been like that since the beginning, so not
Yeah.
that big a change there. As in, you still need a powerful PC.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Anyway,
Okie dokie. Well, if you wouldn't mind, I would like to. I've just thrown some cereal down my throat. So,
okay,
would you mind kicking us off, please, Gao? That would be brilliant.
sure. This week we are changing the limits on the number of players who can join and play a session, as a follow-on from our decentralization update last week, allowing you to share your Icarus journey with even more friends. We are also introducing our newest Tier 4 and workshop item, the Dropship Beacon Grenade, which allows you to call your dropship to wherever you are on the map at any time. And finally, we're making a range of fixes that were required since our decentralization update, and we're introducing our preferred partners for our dedicated servers. So no more running back across the map at the end of your mission. Just call in your dropship wherever you are.
Mm.
That sounds good.
Oh yeah, because it actually means that you could, if you're doing, oh God, what's it called? What's the one that we do?
Like
The one,
one we did a couple of weeks ago with the Thursday characters, right?
yeah,
We
when you're
mined a ton of
doing,
exotics, and then we had to run halfway across the map,
mm-hmm.
carrying the exotics. We
If
already
you,
had the orbital exotics interface, so
yeah,
we don't have to bring back the exotics halfway across the map, and now we can also call in our dropship at the last location, so we don't even have to run back to our base anymore.
that's pretty cool.
That is the positive part. The negative part we'll come to. Or the
Oh,
negative part, a part which gives me some concerns. That's
okay,
something we will get to.
alrighty.
And looks like this image, looks like the mission were actually started yesterday.
Yes, that I remember that. I think that one's from the high-rise construction that we started yesterday. So
Yeah,
I recognise that glass box because it's got the brazier in the corner there. That's kind of a bit of a giveaway there.
yeah, brazier, and it seems to be built quite high. So a
And
tower
made of
with
glass.
glass. Yep,
Yep, yep.
glass roof as well, by the looks of it.
Yeah, you can tell by the top left corner there. That's pretty
Yeah,
cool. Yeah, and you see they've got the stone pillars, but they've also got the refined wood floors. So,
Yeah, they went all out there.
oh yeah, yeah, that's a lot of work. And that looks like is that reinforced glass?
I hope it is, otherwise you'll be repairing all day long.
Yeah, yeah. Alrighty, so
Anyway,
dynamic dropship landing zones.
so since the launch of Icarus, prospects have been limited to 8 unique players who could join across the whole existence of the session. With decentralization, this limit is gone, and we are introducing some new changes that expand not only the number of players who can engage with a prospect, but also where they can land. There are two different limits that are necessary to understand. Prospect limit is the total number of players who have joined a prospect at any time in its existence. And the session limit is the number of active people playing at one time in a session. So the change to the prospect limit, we now generate a location around the drop zone, which means that landing dropships is more dynamic, and it removes the 8-person limit entirely, allowing you to have as many people join a session over its lifespan. Up until now, there were the 8 fixed possible locations to drop in.
Yes.
They removed these 8 fixed locations, so more people can drop in.
Well, that makes sense.
The change to the session limit is as follows. The peer-to-peer sessions will still have an 8-player session limit, so only 8 players can be active at any one time. However, dedicated servers will be opened up to more than 8 players, but at a risk of server degradation, as the session count fluctuates, similar to other games in the genre. Kind of makes sense because it has to do tracking for more players and subsequently more objects. So yes, you can have like 80 players in a session. It will come at a performance hit, performance degradation.
Yeah. Well, we even without the decentralization, we knew that the more players you had in a session, the worse the lag became, which is why we ended up kind of limiting the players at any one time to 4 because
Yeah.
that was as much as any one host could handle.
4, 5 was kind of doable, but already, especially for me, if I was hosting, it did give me lag.
Yes. Yes, for sure.
So yeah, the session limit is still 8. So 8 players simultaneously.
Hmm.
But the prospect limit is now basically unlimited.
Yeah. So if we wanted to have different members of the Peeps involved in any particular mission, they can all join, but not necessarily at the same time.
Yeah. Now I wonder how long it'll take before we start seeing images pop up of a whole field of dropships.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
basically like, okay, let's test out. Is it indeed an unlimited
yeah.
prospect
How
limit
how
now?
how how many dropships can we get all over the map?
Yep.
That'd be quite interesting, actually.
Yeah. Anyway, the image here, we see a prospector carrying the dropship beacon grenade. Although I have to say this one is green, I did quickly craft one in my outpost. It was more bluish.
Oh, okay.
But this is not any currently known grenade, so this must be the dropship beacon grenade.
Yeah, yeah, because it's definitely not a smoke grenade
Nope.
or a frag
Or
grenade.
frag. Nope, it is not.
So yeah, okay. So we have the dropship beacon grenade. With the removed restrictions on prospect limits, it's also opened up the door for our newest feature, the Dropship Beacon Grenade. This is a Tier 4 workshop version.
Tier War 4 and a workshop version.
a Tier 4 and Workshop version, thank you, which, when thrown, will land and fire a flare that calls the dropship to that location. This can either be used for immediate extraction or left there for use later on. You can use multiple dropship beacon grenades per session, and it will move your dropship to where you threw it. However, these are one-time use items, so use them carefully. Just like with the dropships in current gameplay, be careful of where you throw your grenade. Dropships don't take kindly to bases or prospectors that might be in their landing zone. So in other words,
Indeed.
unlike the exotic thingy dropship that you can stand right under as it's taking off, these ones you do actually need to chuck it and run.
Yeah. Also, the one for the dynamic missions, the drop pods in open world,
Yeah.
they can land right next to your structure, and it won't damage one. I actually had one land like 2 feet away from my base. It didn't damage anything. This one, meh, be careful. Oh, and hi, Jason.
Hi,
Jason says,
Jason.
is the workshop one to call your ship? Indeed, I'm looking at the workshop. The Sinutai dropship recall beacon is indeed the green one. Or is indeed a green one.
Okay, cool. Hi,
No,
Jason. Welcome, welcome. Thanks for joining us. It's good to have you. Appreciate your support. And yes, obviously I'm here, so go home safely. Thank you, everybody in the chat for the support. It's a pleasure.
but here's the thing with the dropship beacon grenade, right? It's a tier 4 one or a workshop one.
Right.
I wonder, do we need to use this, or can we still run back to base and take our dropship from there? I do hope the latter, because if you have to use one, it means that you either have to go to tier 4 in every mission, or you need to take one down with you from the station. And that last one does mean that you'll have to drop down with one, so it is gonna limit the amount of items you can bring with.
Well, I would have expected that you could choose not to use it because of the fact that it's tier 4, which means you have to go to the fabricator in order to make it.
Exactly. So I assume you can still run back to base and take your dropship from there.
Yeah, I would have assumed so. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll test it out. Don't worry.
Yeah. Okay. Alrighty. Okay, so now we have some data decentralization fix-ups. Seeing as you're the techie guy, would you mind, please, Scout?
Sure. So we are releasing our first wave of fixes for our data decentralization patch, as we go through the process of tidying up any small errors that cropped up since its release. So we have fixed an item duplication bug that was happening while in the station. Not entirely sure how that worked. That's
Didn't happen
duplication
to us.
bug. No, not that I know of. Here's one. So they fixed the extraction mission, which was broken. I think it's tied to the next one. Exotics were correctly no longer able to place your dropship. However, the user interface had not been updated to reflect this. This has now been corrected, stating the need for an orbital exchange interface. Yet the extraction missions, the deep vein extraction and the other one, where one of the mission steps still said, put the exotics in your dropship.
Yes.
I have seen a lot of people complain, like, hey, I went back up after my mission, I did not get any exotics. And then if you ask, like, hey, did you put them in your dropship or take them in your inventory? Yeah, I did it. So why didn't I get them? Did you read the patch notes of last week where it said you have to use the orbital exotics interface? oh no. Now I want to refund X amount of exotics because I lost it and stuff. And I'm like, yeah, you could have read it, although it could have been clearer. And especially on the extraction missions, if the mission progress still said put it in your dropship, it is confusing indeed.
Yes. Yes. I see both sides of that.
Yeah, but the fact that people don't proper read and then start complaining, like they say I didn't read proper, give me a refund.
Nah.
I'm not too sure how happy I am with those kind of questions.
No, well, given the fact that this game has had weekly updates since its inception.
Yeah, people should have known to check the patch notes.
I mean, you can get it for a brand new player who's never played it before. That if that was the first time they played it, then that's fair enough. But if they've been playing it for a while, then they should have known.
Also, on the other hand, we have been conditioned to check the stuff in the dropship
Yes.
when
Yes.
going up.
Yes. Exactly. Exactly. And that change has only been out for 1 week, so give it a chance.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, people are starting to catch up,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
that's good.
Yeah. Well,
Uh,
the team has
and,
to.
and also the fact, that the dropship was still accepting exotics
Yeah.
didn't make it any clearer either.
No,
This now
that's
also has
very
been
true.
fixed. Dropship no longer accepts exotics. So now if at the end of the mission you wanna chuck your exotics in your dropship, it says like, nope, not accepting this.
Yeah, you need to use an orbital exchange interface.
I'm not sure it says that on screen, but at least it might make people think.
Yeah. Okay.
Anyway, and here's also one which we were talking about yesterday. The
Yes.
workshop items will now specify their owner in the tooltip. One thing though, it's only for new loadouts brought down. The old ones still will not display anything.
Okay.
But at least the new ones will now show you who the owner is.
Yeah. Okay.
Something, we were talking about yesterday already. Like, okay, if you accidentally take someone else's stuff back up, you both lose your item.
Yes, it doesn't get returned anymore.
Yeah. At least now it shows you like, hey, this is for player X or for player Y. So you can now grab your own stuff. Like you can check whether or not you have your own stuff now. So
yeah.
I'm glad they added that.
Good, good, good. And finally?
So the last one, weather issues when rejoining an open world session. I'm not sure which weather issues actually. I've been playing, like joining and rejoining open world a lot, even after the last week's patch. I play almost daily. I never actually had an issue.
No, can't say as we've ever really. I think the last time we had a weather issue, we were playing Icarus Styx beta.
Yeah, which weather issues are we talking about?
I'll just
Like
frequency and severity.
yeah, but weather events are always frequent. This has been since the beginning, even before the data decentralization patch. So again, I'm not sure which weather issues we are talking about.
No, not
Like
having experienced it.
storms without end? I don't know.
Could be. Or maybe the storm's finished, but people can still hear it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Possible.
So
Well,
yeah,
could have been anything.
Yeah. So I don't know what issues we're talking about here, but
They fixed it. That's fine.
yeah, fixes are always good. So up to the list of the dedicated verified partners.
Yeah.
Our dedicated service beta has launched to an excited community of server creators and veterans, and the feedback has been immensely valuable. If you'd like to contribute, you can join our special Discord channel. There's a special Discord channel for dedicated servers. And we are also partnering with some established and credible dedicated server providers as verified partners, which will be listed on the in-game menu. And they're working closely with us on providing the premium dedicated server experience we strive for. And there are 4 partners listed here, each with a link towards their dedicated server page. Let's see, Nitrado. I see. Okay, this subscription based 3, 30 or 90-day subscription for basically 239, 949 and 31.89 per time period. G Portal, you can rent 30-day 4 slots, 30-day 8 slots, $9.97. Where the 30-day 8 slots on Nitrado is $10. Sorry, €10 about.
Mm-hmm.
$9.49, so comparable in price. 8 server slots on survivalservers.com. 1 server, 8 slots, 1 month. Doesn't say a price. Does it now? I don't. Oh wait, it's $10.80.
Oh, comparable, but slightly more expensive.
Slightly more expensive, but indeed comparable. And then streamline servers. 8 slots. There's not a time. I don't see a time limit. For $7.50 per server. Streamline services, servers in North America and Canada, 1 in South America, several in Europe, and a multitude in Oceania and Asia.
Okay.
That actually sounds. So yeah, I think I'm gonna.
Do a bit
I
more
think I'm gonna
research.
have a look into this. Like, what can we do?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that sounds interesting.
Yeah. So all 4 providers are already offering service, and once internally approved, we'll move this offering out of beta. Yeah, do keep in mind, dedicated service is still in beta, so using this function is at your own risk.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
Right, and then we get to the changelog.
Yeah. That was kind of quick.
Yeah, but we have only done like half of the patch notes so far, less than half.
Yes, exactly. So, wow.
Let's see. Adding beeping sound for tech device thrown. I reckon this is the dropship grenade.
Yeah. Yeah. Sending out the locator beacon sound.
Yeah.
Which is the kind of similar for the next one, which is adding dead players small
Well,
beacon sound for location awareness.
so we have had it before, like, hey, where are you? At least now you can listen to where is this person.
Yeah.
And I wonder, I have not tested this yet. I wonder, will this also be for the open world dynamic mission located dead prospectors and grab their beacon, their ID?
Possibly.
Because they're sometimes darn hard to find, especially if there's a lot of foliage around
Yeah.
where those bodies lie. That's
Yeah.
a pain to pain to find them.
Okay.
So the dropship landing locations are now generated dynamically using equalizers, EQS, I reckon equalizers. Anyway, added the dropship beacon tier 4 item static mesh materials and textures to the project. Added the skeletal mesh skinned to the fire grenade. So it looks the same but with a different skin. The workshop items now display who their owning character is on their tooltip. Names in red indicate that the character has left the drop. So taken off by dropship, so an abandoned item.
Yes.
Added SK and materials textures for the meta dropship beacon device, skin to frag grenade skeleton, so the workshop variant. Added the version 2 of the tier 4 dropship beacon assets. Texts have been improved and try count greatly reduced. So less calculations to be done to actually generate the object.
Mm-hmm.
Good for performance. Added 4 verified server providers to the dedicated server screen. Clicking the server provider's logo opens their website. This is again in the beta, not in the current one.
Mm-hmm.
So setting up 2 new throwable grenades, recipes and workshop entries, which some of the dropships, the new dropship grenade. Added a functionality to dropship beacon grenades, fix a potential crash in the damage function library to prepare projectile damage. Yeah, they do 0 to 1 damage, according to the tooltip.
Okay.
So yeah, you might try using it to kill a rabbit, and you'll need a whole bunch of those grenades. Maybe you'll be able to finally kill the rabbits, but it's faster to just punch them.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
Updated the character list on the load screen to support more than 8 players. Again, if you like, if you want to resume a prospect, you select it. It will give a list of characters in that prospect. Characters who all joined in the prospect. The character list can now support more than 8 characters.
Mm-hmm.
And added the correct tag to the workshop dropship grenade so it can be taken down in a loadout. Yeah, nice to have it, but if you can't take it down, oops.
What's the point? Yeah, it's going to be a
Exactly.
bit difficult to use if you can't take it with you.
Exactly.
Okay.
Right.
So now we're into the fixed list.
Yeah.
So fix up file names for DC PAM assets. They've removed duplicate textures and repathed. Fix the file names. Well, that would help.
Yeah, last week's patch notes also gave us a bunch of the removal of duplicate textures, and then because you remove the duplicates, you have to repath the ones who were pointing towards the duplicates to point to the original, so to say, or to the remaining
Yeah.
one.
Yeah, and that kind of doubles up in the one that's underneath it.
Yeah.
They've done some stuff to cave lights. Excuse me.
Yeah, not something we will notice because we play with the settings where you can see in caves. However, if you play with the supposed to be used settings, you enter a cave, it's very dark. But if there's a hole in the roof of the cave, there is light at that point.
Yeah.
So also look at the one below, optimized some caves by removing the lights where there was no hole in the roof for it. So they've been working on that.
Yeah, well, we'll have to see how that affects us then, won't we?
I don't think it'll affect us. Not
Well,
by much.
we didn't think that the no foliage would affect us either, but it does.
True. Fix Stone Master not having Niagara support enabled after assets were added to Scorpion effects. Are they talking about stacking of effects? I don't know. Stone Master is a talent if I'm not mistaken. Can I quickly see this? This should be in, I don't know, survival. Let's see.
Stone Master sounds like it would be in a builder section.
Yeah, like building stone stuff. But I don't see
stone
it
weighing
actually.
less in your inventory.
No, this discount stone, not Stone Master. Stone Master does. It sounds like some accolade, but shouldn't have any effects. It's just an accolade.
Oh,
So, yeah,
right, okay, yeah.
I don't really know what I mean here, but hey.
We can speculate.
Exactly.
Okay, update many mission steps using a previous search area setup to use the same search area setup for consistency, including clearing search areas when objectives are complete in some missions. This will resolve visibility issues on some missions.
So especially like the clearing seriously when objectives are complete. So remaining objects will be removed to clear up the map a bit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Right, fix up redirectors in main assets folder. And not something we would like
Notice much.
straight away notice it. I mean, we will notice the effects, but not this change on zich.
Yeah. Additional update to some quest steps, search areas for additional visibility and cleanup handling. Well, we've just mentioned that above, really, haven't we?
Yep.
Ensure that player stays DBNO if they return to character select when DNMO and rejoin.
I mean, I know the RTCS, return to character select, but I'm not sure what these abbreviations stand for. The BNO, and the NMO.
No, got me there.
If they return to character select when DNMO. Decentralized, dedicated, I don't know. Oh, you have the D and the O stay the same. BN versus NM, no idea.
Okay. Well,
I
okay.
wish
Well,
Jake were in, he could maybe tell us, but yeah.
yeah.
I wish a lot of things.
Yeah, that's definitely wishful thinking. But
Yeah.
we can certainly live in hope.
Yep.
Exotics can no longer be placed in a dropship. Workshop items can still be. Well, yeah, we covered that above.
Yep.
Updated the dropship UI text to let people know exotic extraction now takes place via the orbital exchange interface. Hey, I actually said it.
Yep. It actually tells you, hey, use the orbital exchange interface, please.
Yeah, it's like, no exotics in here, dude. Okay, Headstone fixed survey radars being able to block the final mission objectives. These are now returned to your inventory if placed in the objective location.
So you place it, it gets destroyed. Up until now it was, yeah, tough luck, you failed your mission.
Yeah.
Now it is go back to your dropship and pick up another one. As soon as you place it in the object location, it already respawns in your dropship, I reckon. Or there's a now return to your inventory if placed in an objective location. Or you place it and it straight away is back in your inventory. Something like that, but
Okay.
looks like it is being replaced. So if it breaks now, you can put another one down. Good.
Yeah. Now this affected us a couple of weeks ago. Updated payday and deep vein missions to use the orbital delivery interface. Added common use steps for exotics extraction.
Yeah, so the step put it in your dropship has been replaced to put it in orbital delivery interface.
Yeah.
Something like that, to that effect.
Okay. Shoveling snow now grants a variable increased amount of ice. I've never shoveled snow before anyway. I just went for an ice run.
Oh, I did. I've done it in my Arctic outpost.
Yeah, because apparently you don't get ice in your Arctic outpost, but you use
did not get any ice there, so I had to use a shovel to get ice to fill up my rain collector.
Yeah, okay.
And it was like one ice every shovel. So now it's variable and more. Good.
Good. Yeah, that's more realistic. Changed method on headstone item returned to players.
Headstone, which mission was that again? I don't know. Is Headstone, is this a Styx mission? Let me quickly check.
No, I think it's
Well,
it's
actually, it's faster to check Icarus intel, obviously.
Mhm.
It's not a Styx mission, so Olympus, Headstone,
I think it's DLC.
Geosurvey. No, it's Olympus Geosurvey mission.
Okay.
There's the one where you have to place 3 beacons in geostations in a triangular location, and then put the uplink in the middle next to the lake.
Yeah.
Then you have to defend the one in the middle.
Yeah.
Remember the endless stream of bears?
Yes,
That
that's
was
where.
this mission.
Yeah. Okay. Fix inappropriate player water movement sounds playing when wading in lava lakes. Now setting a surface FMOD parameter representing water type to differentiate these. Apply the condition to world movement event in FMOD.
Yeah, I would have expected this one in the future content actually.
Yeah. Kinda.
Because
But
we
hey.
don't have no lava lakes thingies yet.
Yeah, but I mean, even if it's a fix for future prospects, you know what I mean? It's still a fix.
Yeah, but like I said, usually this type of stuff is in the future content.
Yeah.
By the way, Jason says about the headstone, it's a starter mission.
Cheers, Jason. Thanks for that. Good to know. Appreciate the input. Okay, could you do the next half a dozen or so whilst I grab myself a drink of juice, please?
Sure. So, filter the user reports with no description from Sentry. Okay. More for them than for us. Ensure the dedicated server prospects created on the command line is safe without requiring a player to join. Mike says, why would you wade in a lava lake? I know, right? I mean, you might need some special equipment for it. To warm up, says Jason. Yeah, indeed. Hey, if you have frostbite, wading to the lava lake, you'll no longer have frostbite. You'll have no limbs either, but hey, that's a detail, yeah?
Yeah, I could have used a few lava lakes at work today. Thank you very much. Driving a 3.5 ton van on ice is no joke, guys. I'm telling you.
Yeah, drive it through a lava lake. Your tires will no longer be frozen; they will be gone.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, talk about out of the frying pan, literally into the fire.
Exactly.
Jason says Icarus hot tub.
Yep. So, dedicated server prospects created on the command line is the safe without requiring player to join. Yeah, I would say that's the whole function of dedicated server, right? So you create one, but you don't join straight away, and then it ain't there no more. Oh, I'm glad I fixed that. Ensure the lobby privacy type is set to friends only for dedicated server prospects. Yeah, run a dedicated server and then run your mission in private mode. Why are you using a dedicated server? Just run it locally, right? So to avoid people accidentally setting it to private, you apparently know it's apparently now fixed to friends only.
That makes sense.
Fix an issue that is firing on clients for a new Diddy server integer timer. Fix an issue that is... Okay. Don't think we've run into this issue. After all, we don't use the dedicated server thingy yet, so.
Yeah.
Fix an issue where player history entries weren't being reloaded correctly. Player history entries. Okay, thank you for your info.
Good to know.
The two below are more important. Meta resources and mission completion rewards that are paid when rejoining a prospect now show the notifications after the load screen has disappeared. So you now get a message like, hey, you got rewarded. And also the total meta resources that are collected by players on a prospect is now correctly reloaded. This would cause absent players to not receive meta resources if the prospect was closed and reloaded while they were gone. So basically you play with 3 players. One day, the next day you continue with 2, you send up an orbital interface thingy,
And player 3
and then
doesn't get anything.
you both log off, and then the next day you all 3 log back in. Indeed, player 3 didn't get the exotics. This is still going to be the case, by the way, if you finish the mission and the host leaves the mission by dropship, basically closing the mission.
Well, yeah, but
If
that was
player
always the case,
3,
though,
yeah,
wasn't
if
it?
player 3 had not been online between setting up the exotics and the actual closure of the mission, that player will still not get the exotics. And additionally, his character will be stuck in that mission, including his loadout. And if he had not insured his loadout will be lost.
Yeah.
Something to keep in mind if you play with people you don't know. Make sure you insure your equipment. Sure, you take less rewards from the mission. However, if it happens that the mission is closed and you are still in the mission, all the loadout which has not been insured will be lost.
Yeah. But that then means that there's a use for all those extra rens and exotics that you have, because you'll have to
True,
replace the stuff that you lost.
true. True. But it is something to keep in mind. If you play with people you don't know, people you don't trust, well, people you don't trust you shouldn't be playing with anyway.
I was
But
just going to say.
if you're playing with people you don't know, like you join a random mission from the Looking for Groups channel in Discord, for example,
Yeah.
do insure your equipment. Just to make sure you can get it back if something does go wrong.
Always a good idea.
That means we're now up to the future content. So I quickly skimmed through them this morning. I believe there were like 2 or 3 bullet points which kinda stood out for me.
Okay.
I just don't know which one anymore. So I have to quickly go through them again. Let's see, and it's adding first batch of the dialogue for DLC. So it's slowly nearing completion.
Good. Yeah, I see that. That's right there.
Let's see for improvement. Okay. Something. Some more audio for the needler. The needler roar. Re-importing the needler roar to be a shorter version to move away from the croc. Remember when the buffalo came into the game, it sounded
Like the bear.
awfully like a bear.
Yeah.
Quite often you were unable to discern whether it was a bear or a buffalo. Later they changed the sound of the buffalo so it doesn't sound as much as a bear anymore. I'm
Yeah.
glad they fixed this up front for the needler.
Right. Where is that? Sorry.
The fourth from the bottom right now, actually the third. No, fourth, sorry.
From.
Importing the needler. The current screen, fourth from the bottom. Okay, now you scrolled, now I don't know anymore, it's like halfway.
I got it.
Okay. Marcus says, sucks that dropship grenades do not stack. Well, if you do it proper, Michael, you only need one. I mean, well, you wanna bring down 5? And like call down your dropship every couple of clicks? Like maybe I wanna get back from here, or maybe I wanna get back from there? I mean, you only need one. You use it when you're done and when you wanna go back up. Right. So
Yeah, that makes sense.
I don't really see the need to carry more than one anyway. Okay, let's see where we. Adding data to approach for the story mission dialogue. Good. Yeah, the DLC is supposed to be more story driven than the current than the base game and the Styx DLC. Prometheus is supposed to be way more story driven, which is good.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. I prefer story-based missions because then you can sort of like, if you're talking to like a solo player, you can say, oh, where have you got to, and they can say, oh, I just did that bit, and you know exactly which where they
And
are
also,
on the storyline.
it gives you a sense of progression.
Yes, it does.
The replayability is still the same. I mean, you can do missions over and over again. But first time you have to do this mission is like, I reckon it will not be a 3 like Olympus, and definitely not the star form like Styx, but will be more linear. Like you have to do this mission before you can do the next step. Basically story driven. I like that.
Yeah, and if you can't complete it, like if you get to a scenario where you can't complete it, you have to continue to do it until you can. So it
Yeah.
gives you a bit more of a challenge.
Yep. Let's see. Adding all unique attack sounds for the striker. Whoosh, slam, heavy slam, claws out. Whoo, sounds good. Ka-ching! Claws come out.
Yeah, adding striker climb rock sounds and animation notifiers.
Yeah. The line above. Added obsidian armor. Materials,
Ooh,
textures, and ML. So we're gonna be running around in obsidian armor. Wow. Nice.
like the sound of that.
Yeah. So is it gonna be like successor of the composite armor? That could be nice. But then again, how stealthy will it be? Obsidian is kinda shiny, right? So
Well,
how
yeah,
stealth can you
but
be if you light up the entire environment like a star
yeah, but
in
it's also
sunlight?
it's also black, so it would be handy in the dark.
True, true. But yeah, during the day you are not that stealthy anymore.
No, try
I
using
reckon.
obsidian armor in the Arctic. You'd stand out like a sore thumb.
Oh yeah. Interesting. Interesting to think about.
Yeah. Hmm. Okay.
Let's see, where were we? Here. Fix the rocket spawn points not being released when their owning player leaves by dropship.
Yeah, we've had that. Do you remember? There
Yeah.
was a mission where there was the four of us, and Giz and Carl left by dropship, and you and I were left because we just messed about a little bit, and yet their dropships were still on the planet.
Yep.
Definitely had that one right enough.
Now with the dynamic landing points, it's less of an issue, but still an issue. It could be an issue nonetheless. So glad I fixed that. Hey, it's me again. Welcome. And yes, obsidian does make very sharp blades. Brittle, but sharp.
Yeah, they'd be really good for arrows.
Here's one for dedicated servers. Players on dedicated servers who aren't logged in as admin are now limited to a whitelist of the console commands. And also added some localization support for the help console command. So yeah, a player who isn't logged in as admin can no longer delete a mission.
Yeah.
This is gonna help fight grievers for sure.
Yep. Definitely.
Local copies of player lists from previously joined prospects are now updated when the server browser gets its sessions. Is it future content? Well, yeah, dedicated servers is in beta. On the one hand, on the other hand, it is in beta, so it is kinda current content, but okay. Tidy up of the phishing BP logic. Tweaks to cable component to make it less bouncy.
Oops. No. There.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, my mouse's battery decided it wanted to go. Oh, by the way, you're critical at that very point.
Yeah. Yeah. Submitting the woolly zebra carcass, respective textures and fur. Yet another animal, the woolly zebra.
Okay. Art
Should be good for
based
fur. Yeah, it should be good for fur.
and leather.
Yeah, but especially fur, being the woolly zebra.
Yeah. Yeah.
Replacing the heavy slam sound on Rock Dog for something stronger feeling.
Ooh.
Gonna be cool.
Okay. I'm curious as to what this wire weather stuff's about. Wire weather blueprint components, wire weather event music.
Two possible Daddy server timer. I don't know. Daddy server looks like some dedicated server issue, dedicated server function or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know.
Add,
Maybe, probably,
added new
possibly.
player data helper functions for adding, removing, and updating items. Well, yeah,
Yeah, I'm not sure which items, but sure.
Well, we don't like the thought of new players being confused because we knew how bad it was when we started. So yeah.
What I find more interesting is the couple of bullet points below. Add new stalking AI audio state and apply to the hunting go-up action. Will enable different creature vocalization for stalking versus full aggro for the bad dog and similar.
Ooh.
So it's not straight away gonna attack. It's gonna stalk you first, wait till you look the other way and then attack. That's cool.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah, more intelligence for the artificial intelligence. I like that.
Yeah. Yeah. Not too intelligent, but intelligent enough to be a challenge. Yeah.
So yeah, adding in nested adding beeping in static comms for the dead prospectors and adding in nested event with static end for dead prospector. Also added unique event for taking the tag added to blueprint. This kind of does sound like what I was saying before. Like hopefully this is also for the dynamic mission where you have to take the ID from the dead prospectors.
Yeah.
It's kinda hopeful, wishful thinking. Kinda points to like those dead prospectors in the dynamic mission now also will give a beeping sound,
Yeah, that sounds
which
better.
would be very welcome for me.
Yeah, especially when you added to the one below it, which is spatializer adjustments for the fine tunes to dead prospector beeping events.
Yeah. Jason asks, do you guys know if you consume our arrow bundles in the station, could we then stack to 100? You can't consume them in the station, Jason. You consume them once you're on the planet. I don't think you can consume them in the station already.
No, you can't.
So, to answer your question, no, because your premises is wrong.
Yeah, you would have to take down 4 separate stacks from the station in order to try and get them to stack on the planet.
Yeah, depends, by the way, on the set of arrows you use, but yeah. Because you have sets that only have like 5. Now I'm talking about the MXC arrows. They
Yeah.
only have 5 in the bundle.
Yeah, but the arrow bundles, like the Larkwell arrow bundle, have 25 in a bundle.
Yep. Anyway, let's see. Where were we? Delete spider SMs with SK file names. So yeah, assign fur material to fur SK mesh spiders will give fur.
Nice.
So we're talking about hairy spiders here. Big hairy spiders.
Big ass tarantulas. Jesus Christ.
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
I can't wait to see them.
Yeah, I can't wait to run the hell away from them.
Yep, I was already thinking like, if you all of a sudden come screaming and running towards base, then I know you saw a spider.
Oh my God! I mean, it's bad enough that they give us polar bears on steroids and seriously armored scorpions, but now they're going to throw spiders into the mesh. Oh no!
Yeah, I already know who has to get rid of the spiders.
Yeah.
I hope they're not humongous, says Jason. Well, they won't be small. I can tell you that.
Well, if they're small ones, then I can just have a lot of fun stepping on them. But if they're really big ones, you will see me running the other way.
If you step on that spider, will it make that crackling sound, like squishing sound?
Yeah, the crunching of carapace.
Yep.
Yeah, you walk into the base and suddenly it's like walking on gravel, and it's like, hey, where'd you get the gravel from? And you're like, spiders.
Yep. Marcus says jumping spiders in the cave would be awesome.
Oh,
I think
God.
you've seen Factorio a bit too much, man.
No, man.
And it's me again. Mighty big toilets available for the spiders.
It's bad enough we're going to get spiders. You want them to jump now?
Of course.
Right, I have two words for you, buddy, and the second one is way, as in no way.
Come on. How bad can it be?
No. If it's going to be jumping spiders, I'll be quite happy that you are the miner. And if they're only in caves, that just gives me a reason not to go in.
You know, I don't have to outrun the spider. I just have to outrun you.
Yeah, just let me put let me put my Nike pair of trainers on. Yeah.
Yeah. I think we're. We have humongous ones in Satisfactory situation. Yeah.
I'm going to send an email to Rocketwork saying, if you want us to deal with spiders, you better be willing to give us a pair of free Nike spiders. Nike spiders.
Huh.
Nike
That's a model I'm not
shoes to
familiar
go with it, and an extra slot on the dropship.
Nah.
Oh man.
Indeed, Jason. The big spiders in Satisfactory, the jumping ones.
Well, they can stay in Satisfactory. Oh god.
It'll be fine. We'll just walk it off, or run it off in your case.
Yeah. Yeah. Mommy.
Anyway, so let's continue. Some more
Okay.
shield block animations, third-person shield block animations, and relevant montage setups. Adding the equip animation too is missing and the wooden shield icon.
Oh.
So shields, good.
Okay. Adding in
Somewhat
wood, cart, mesh, and skeleton, and base and MVP for full implementation.
exactly. That's what I
Oh.
want to mention as well. Wooden carts. That's going to be
Oh.
handy. Can we now Can we then put the buffalo in front of the cart, or maybe a mower for faster transporting?
Wow.
But then it's also like, how big is a cart going to be? Is it going to be stuck on the small trees, bushes, little rocks?
Yeah,
How
but
easy will it be to
you
navigate with the cart?
you do exactly the same there as you do in Valheim. You just run ahead of you with your axe in your hand.
Yeah, I know. But yeah,
So
like
yeah, I mean, I think that's going to be so much
this
fun.
card, is it gonna be player pulled, or can you pull it with a mount?
Oh man, could you imagine? Could you imagine at Christmas time having kart races?
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
Olympus
exactly. It's
chariot
me.
races.
Yep, exactly. It's me again. That's absolutely right. You know, kart races.
Michael, this run when you hear a spider moving. Oh yeah.
Yeah, just don't throw a dead one in the cart I'm carrying. All right.
Well,
Jason
depends on how
says
big
you
the
play
card is. It
Valheim,
might
Michael.
be on top of the card. Yeah, we played Valheim before. Haven't done it for a while though.
No, we haven't. Well, we haven't actually been able to play it since the server went down, if you remember.
Yeah.
But it
It
doesn't
reminds me.
take much to actually. It doesn't take much to set it up. It's just that I'm not. You know, I don't do computer speak. So
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll
um,
contact the guys at some point for like, hey, is the Valheim server still up? If not, can you get it up?
well, I wouldn't hold up too much hope for that. But we might be better off just starting our own.
Maybe we'll have to
Um,
look and see.
yeah,
The new update is big for Valheim. You're talking about the Mistlands update, Jason?
yeah. I mean, I have over 1,000 hours in Valheim.
Yeah, I'm only at like 150 or so hours. Yeah, I haven't played Mistlands. Like we kind of stopped playing way before Mistlands update.
Yeah, yeah, because we'd kind of got to the point where you couldn't really get any further,
Yeah,
you know, and it was just messing about. But yeah, I mean,
oh,
we
1700
can
plus
talk
hours. Nice.
we can talk about that off stream
Yeah.
and see what's what with that.
Yeah, Michael,
Um,
Spider-Mans. That would be nice.
that would be so cool. And then you could actually go hunting with the spiders.
Yeah. So you take a spider to hunt spiders. It takes a thief to catch one.
Yeah, that would be cool. Spider races.
Yeah. Let's see. Any? No, there's just like meh.
Oh, there you
So,
go. Stop looping audio on dead prospectors for the dynamic collect mission once the ID has been collected.
oh, good. So it will indeed now play the audio. Good. So now I can do the collector missions again. Because, like I
Yeah,
said, it
so
was a
yeah,
pain finding them.
yeah, that's the answer to that question then, huh?
Yep. Sitting on the spider, four eyes looking at you, and the other four's looking ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, that's just too creepy.
Meh. I'm gonna like the new spiders. I think.
Yeah, well, I mean, I actually thought that my van today, I thought my van was trying to be a crab because I was trying to go
Steering
forward and
sideways.
it was going
Yeah.
sideways, you know. But it's a good trick when you know that you've kind of got your. I had this situation today. I kind of because I can't see where the edges are, like for a turning circle. I kind of got myself into a smaller space than I wanted to be, so it was like a million piece turn, a million point turn, and the thing is that I needed my nose to be way right of where it was, and so basically all I did was I put the wheel on full right lock, put it in first gear, and made sure I got wheel spin, and the nose just slid right out. It was great.
Yeah,
So
meh. When
yes,
life gives you lemons, make lemonade out of it.
yeah. I mean, oh my God, I had a point where I had to do a handbrake turn to turn a corner. It
At,
was
le- at
oh
least now you're doing it sanctioned. So yeah,
Oh my God, it was scary biscuits. I was coming down a hill and I needed to turn left, and I knew I wasn't going to make it because I was already sliding. So instead of using the brakes, what I did was I turned the wheel left and put the handbrake on, and the arse of the van just slid around, and I was able to skate back up the road. It was,
yeah.
oh my, it was just. Oh, it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy out there. But I'm now getting to a point where I've got a couple of tricks up my sleeve that I can use to my advantage if it's necessary. But yeah,
Interesting.
not needing to get into those details. So yeah, let's move on. Hmm.
I had a game running in the background, and for the second time it crashed.
Oh, oh, that's not boding well.
I don't know. Maybe if I'm actually doing something in game, it'll be better.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's a possibility. It might just be ditching you because you're idle.
Yeah, it shouldn't. I've
Alrighty.
never done that before, but hey.
Well, yeah. I do believe that brings us to the end of this week's updates.
Yeah.
Week
So
54. Wow.
yeah, the big issue definitely the dropship beacons. The no more 8-player limit is that hard to test. But the dropship beacons, we should be able to test even in open world.
Yeah, that would be good. That would be good.
Of course, we can start a mission.
Yeah.
Uh, but since there's no new mission, I'm like, yeah, then which mission do you want to start? Stuff like
Well,
that.
let's do something. I don't know. Because we're going to have a cat. Oh, no, we're not going to have a character free for next week, are we? Because we can play
No,
multiple missions now, can't we?
yeah, you can have the same character in multiple missions, so we can
Okay.
start a mission. No problem
Okay,
there.
yeah, okay. So let's test out that theory then and start a mission that we both really enjoyed that we know is going to have to run over a couple of weeks. That
Uh,
actually
uh,
that we could look to be finishing for a Christmas
Spirit
stream
Walk, Spirit Walk. Yeah,
or
there's
another
one where
an,
huh?
a,
It
well,
also gives you exotics. It won't give you rando, but hey,
yeah, yeah, that's true.
you can exchange exotics for ren in the station anyway. So, couple hundred exotics.
Yeah, um, I don't know. Let's
So
put
sure, we can start a Spirit Walk, and then at the end of Spirit Walk, I mean, we can use the orbital exchange interface a couple of times. We can test the dropship beacon call thingy.
yeah,
So that means today is going to be base building and getting as far towards tier 4 as we can today. Sure. And general mess around and stuff.
yeah. Well, I mean, I'm not working tomorrow, so
Neither am I. Tomorrow is Sunday.
oh yeah, you know what I mean.
Yeah, I know.
It's
I know.
not tomorrow till I've been to bed and slept. You know what I mean? So Michael says Echo Shunt Delivery Parcel Service. Yeah, well, I mean, it got to a point where it would have been easier for me to put the parcel on the floor and slide it to the door rather than trying to carry it.
Well, yeah, easier since you don't have to carry.
Well,
Easier
yeah,
for you as well.
yeah. On the other hand, when I did have quite a heavy parcel, it actually made my feet stick to the floor. So there, you kind of had to balance it out a little bit.
True, true.
you know. And yeah, I had an issue where like Lassie opened the door for her parcel and I put it inside the door and her puppy ran out the door. Right. And her driveway's on a slope.
Then
And
you have to
and,
go chase it.
and then the puppy went down to the gate and then tried getting back up the hill and couldn't.
Yeah.
So there's me and the owner sliding down to it to try and get back up the hill. And well, you can imagine the skating course of two adults and a puppy on ice uphill
Oh
came
yeah.
to.
Oh
You
yeah.
know, it was funny. So yeah.
Yeah.
But
But
anyway,
yeah, let's
that
take
has
like a
that
10,
is
10 15-minute break and then go for some spiritual gameplay.
yeah, sure. So let's get this thing going. So we will see you in what time is it now? It's 25 past. So we'll start again at 1:45, the hour.
20 minutes.
Yeah, 20 minutes. And so we'll see you then for subsequent gameplay. I'd like to say thank you to Michael, and it's me again, and Jason and Froggy. Have I missed
Froggy
anybody?
hasn't
Yeah.
been. I haven't seen Froggy
Oh,
actually.
I thought Froggy was in. Well, maybe I'm getting my time zones mixed up now. Anyway, not to worry.
Yeah, you're welcome, Jason. You're welcome. I'm glad you enjoy it.
Yeah, yeah. Well,
Yes,
that
he said
that's
thanks for the patch notes.
you're very
So yeah,
welcome. You're very welcome. Um, we started it with the intention of informing the peeps who were part of the channel, and I hope that's what we do. So,
yeah.
and so we appreciate
Jason said,
the
yeah.
support.
Jason says I hate reading. Yeah,
Yeah,
and also if you're reading it on your own, you have your own train of thought. You think about something one way, but if you discuss it, someone else might have a different point of view. Like maybe it's this, and the other says, yeah, but maybe it's that.
yeah,
Always good
it,
to have multiple opinions.
yeah, yeah. I'm exactly the same. I mean, if I was on my own and just trying to keep up with the updates on a weekly basis, I would give up. I really would, because for a single person to read through all that, it's like, are you
Yeah.
serious? No way. And I would interactively look for somebody to actually read the entire notes and discuss it and talk about
And
it.
also,
And
you might miss things like a lot of people missed the orbital exchange interface last week.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly,
And
exactly.
indeed, Jason, this is more entertaining indeed.
It certainly is. It certainly is. It's good to know that you can bounce these ideas around and get everybody's input.
Yeah.
Because that, again, I mean, that's part of the community. This is part of the community feedback. So when you're joining us for these notes, you're taking part in the community feedback. So it's good. It's all good. So anyway, we're now down to 15 minutes break. So we are going to call it here. So we'll be back shortly. We'll get some more base building done, and we'll have some more interaction and entertainment going. So until then, it's good night from me.
And good night from her.
And we will see you in about 15 minutes. And remember, peeps, it's a really cold, chilly one out there now. Take care of yourselves and each other. Good night.